20 games into your NBA career now. Give us an indication, give us an evaluation of where you think your game is at.
I'll say just bumps in the road, most definitely getting better in terms of my mental intellect, in terms of on the court. My IQ is picking up because usually it's a lot of great players in this league. It's a lot of vets in this league. So I'm learning the tricks and just like different concepts, like how to get better on the floor, on both ends of the floor. So I'm getting better in terms of IQ. My game offensively has gotten better, and I'm still working on my rebounding, but that's just because I'm going up against grown men, and I just got to make sure I be physical and strong down there. So the physicality and the pace is getting better in terms of my area. So.
Well, would you say that those are the most challenging things about making the jump? Because what some people don't realize is, I mean, you essentially made the jump from high school to the pros. You played 3 games in college. So what has been the most challenging aspect of that?
I'd say just the physicality and the pace of the game. Just those 2 main components has been very dreadful, but I'm getting better each day. And the pace, like just a couple 16, 17 games that I've played, I've gotten way better so far, way more comfortable with my skill set and just going out there and just playing hard and giving it my full effort. So just trying to pick up on those main components right there.
So I got to ask you, I mean, after watching Stephen Curry on TV for so long, what was it like for you when you finally actually took the court alongside him for the first time?
I mean, it's just ecstatic because Steph is one of the greatest shooters of all time, if not the greatest shooter. And just playing with him makes the game way more easier for me. So really just trying to just pick up a lot of questions. I ask questions a lot, and I'm very courageous. So I just want to ask questions because that's how you can get better in this league, is by asking questions, especially if you're a young guy coming in. So most definitely playing with Steph is just fun to play with, very exciting. But playing with him on 2K and like actually watching him when I was younger was even more exciting for me.
So speaking of asking questions and getting advice, we've all noticed that Draymond Green is sort of taking you under his wing, so to speak. How has he helped your game? What has he done for your development so far?
Draymond has been great, just a great veteran, just teach me a lot about the game of basketball, just how to just keep a straight head, just stay mentally strong throughout mistakes and don't get too down on myself if I make a mistake, because usually I'm one of the type of guys where I'm perfectionist, so I just want everything to be perfect, but that's not how life works. So most definitely just trying to make sure that I just stay mentally tough throughout the ups and the downs and just stay focused in the game.
And then the other thing is what we keep hearing is he keeps telling you just doesn't care if you make mistakes, just be aggressive. Is that rubbed off?
Yes, sir. Being aggressive is way better than making a mistake and not giving no effort at all. So if I do make a mistake, I just make sure that I play hard and just play through it. And obviously when you play hard all the time and just play aggressive, good things happen, especially even if you make a mistake. So I'm just trying to learn how to just stay within the game, stay composed, and just keep my poised mentality and just stay under control.
All right. Well, be as honest as you can. I mean, we've watched Draymond around here for the last 9 years. Does he ever get under your skin a little bit?
He did just a little bit, but not that much. But I'm just very mentally strong and very mature for my age that I just know that you have to take constructive criticism in order to get better. So if he talks to me, I really don't get down on myself or I don't be emotional or sympathetic. I just have a straight gesture and I just go and just take it and just grow from it. So whatever type of information he gives to me, I just take it and just grow from it, just apply it, and it always works and I get better each game.
Well, you mentioned your maturity. That's something that I think we've all noticed. You're 19 years old. You're one of the youngest players in the NBA. Where does that maturity come from? Just born with it, or was there someone who kind of helped raise you that way?
I've always been a kid with a good head on my shoulders, and just having a mom within my corner, just having my big sis, just a great family around me, really just kept me disciplined. So really just going around the house, just making sure that my mom worked 2 jobs, my dad worked 2 jobs, so just making sure I clean the house and just wash the clothes and stuff. And just the little details that made me way more mature. And just going through our life, going through a lot of obstacles, going through that situation in college, and a lot of life struggles just made me who I am today. I'm very mature, and I just take everything with a grain of salt. I don't get emotionally down. That's just life. You can't have good without bad. So, yeah.
Well, that leads me to my next question. A couple of games ago, you got moved, Steve Kerr moved you from the starting lineup to the bench, and then you responded 2 days later or 2 games later with a career high 25 points. How have you used that and made it a positive rather than something that can get you down?
I use it as a fire and as a motivation, and just in terms of like learning. Like I'm still 19, so I don't be hard on myself no more. I'm very patient with myself because I'm going to get better because I'm willing to learn. So for him, just put me like for him to send me down. That's the coach's game plan. But also, like I just look at it as a learning experience. I can actually learn more, and it's going to help my development because I can see where Loon is on the floor because he's a veteran and he played a lot of playoff games with Draymond and Steph and Clay, so he knows the rope around everything in the league. So I just sit down and just learn and just absorb everything. And then once I get in the game, I just imitate it and just mimic it. And I just go out there and just execute it.
All right, I got to ask you, what's something that you like to do other than NBA 2K, which you just mentioned? What's something that you really love to do when you're not playing basketball?
I love watching film, basketball film, on a great big man that came before me. Tim Duncan, just a lot of Kevin Garnett, Chris Bosh, a lot of great bigs like that, just develop my game. But I make beats, I rap, I can draw, I speak Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. I just love doing a lot of stuff like creative ways to just have fun. So that's what I do. I meditate a lot every day, so I do a lot of stuff.
Now, I mean, I can't let you go without following up on Mandarin Chinese. How did that come about? Why do you speak Mandarin?
I went to a private school in 9th to 10th grade, so I just learned for 2 years. My friends wanted to do Spanish, so I wanted to do something different. So me and my friend just went to Chinese class, and we said that we're going to get this, and it was very difficult. It's way more difficult than Spanish. But like after 2 years, I just I remained like an A+ in that class, and because I was on my work on time. My mom has always advocated education, so it's very important to me. So for the past 2 years, I was just working my tail off, just trying to learn it, writing Chinese characters, talking to the Chinese teacher in Chinese. So it was like actually having a conversation. So it was pretty dope.
Wow. So you got to that level. That is very, very impressive. You're one of 3 players on the Warriors who's a lefty, which is a little bit rare to have that many. Growing up as a lefty, I just got to ask you, was there anything challenging about that? The society is sort of geared for righties. Anything challenging about being a lefty growing up?
Not challenging at all. I truly feel that lefties are very unique because when I played baseball when I was younger, I was able to bat with my left and right hand for some reason. So I'm like kind of both hands a little bit. So, and I actually dunk with my right hand more than my left. So it's kind of crazy how that works.
Can you guys, when all 3 of you are on the court, along with Oubre and Kent Bazemore, can you guys tailor your offense in any way to kind of shift it over to the other side? I mean, is there anything can you use that to your advantage?
I mean, it's actually crazy because me, Baze, and Oubre, we actually talk about different moves that we can do because all 3 of us are left-handed. So we actually discuss different moves that we can do that can get us to the basket since we're left-handed, and we just help each other out in terms of that terms. But I mean, everything is coming together. Our team's getting better. The chemistry is getting there, and we're all gelling together. We just got to keep working.
All right, well, speaking of lefties, I see my son lurking over my shoulder here. That's Cameron. He's also a lefty. Get in here, Cameron. All right, so Cam is a huge Warriors fan, and come on over, Cam. And he's a huge fan of yours, and he plays little hoops. So I guess, Cam, do you have any questions? This is the number 2 overall draft pick here, James Wiseman. He's, 5 years older than you. Any questions for James?
Hey, James. What advice could you give me as a lefty and as a freshman in high school to, apply to my game?
It's a good question.
Really, I say just keep working every day. Make sure you listen to your coach. Make sure you watch a lot of film. Just like the players that you grow up watching. So make sure you watch a lot of film. Make sure you work on your right hand as well because you have to have both hands, especially in the league. And just make sure you just keep working and just stay humble and just stay grounded and just make sure that you just watch film and just work on your game every day relentlessly. And everything is going to pay off. You got to make sure you work hard every day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Good question, Cam. All right, don't be nervous. Yeah, Cam, a little nervous. All right, well, James, hey, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate a few minutes of your time today.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.